It's an all-new episode of Jestworld, Chip.
Yes, it is. Episode 4, Season 2.
Yeah. We're going to be talking about Westworld, the Riddle of the Sphinx.
Yes, the Sphinx.
If you listen to Tangent World, which plug for our other podcast,
Yep.
We kind of have a spin-off. It's called Tangent World.
Yep. Oh, hey, it's right there.
Yeah, it shouldn't sound
Right
like
here.
anything to you.
Oh, wait.
Oh, it's gone now.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I
you
need
should
to work on my Vanna White stuff.
definitely. You should check out our Tangent World because we go off.
Yeah, we had a pretty good one.
Yeah, but this is the reaction show for season 2, episode 4 of the Riddle of the Sphinx. And
Favorite episode of the season. I mean, I know I already said this, but
Yeah.
I keep saying it again.
It.
Best episode of the season so far.
I agree with you. I think it was the best one, maybe of all the seasons. And we're not wrong. We're not being disagreed with. I read some reviews of the episode last night after I went to bed because there was just so much stuff to take in and digest there. So I wanted to, see what other people were talking about, and people loved this episode.
Probably, I mean, it would stand up. At least some of the scenes would stand up with any Western out there.
Yeah. Before we get too far into it, I'm not sure why Chip's wearing glasses, but I mean, just because he looks good.
Yeah, it makes it easier. I don't know usually where to look around, so yeah, it just keeps it going.
Yeah, but I noticed as I was going through some video of a previous show the other day, it was an episode where you had worn your jacket.
Yeah, my bloody lab coat.
Yeah, and as soon as I watched it, I was like, oh, he wore that because we were supposed to dress up. I was going to wear my Western shirt, so my pearl snap shirt. It's got the gambler cards on there.
Yeah, we were going to dress up, but
I showed up and
somebody forgot.
I did. I totally forgot. And what's funny, I didn't even remember till I saw the video.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say anything.
Yeah, you didn't at all.
I didn't want to ruin it.
Yeah, it was pretty funny, but
yeah.
So that's why, for those of you who are watching the video on our Facebook page, some of you might be listening just to the audio podcast, but if you're watching the Facebook video, you will see that I have the Western shirt on to make good, and Chip is, he's got the glasses on because he's that cool. So
no way. But let's get to the episode.
Yeah,
the Riddle of the Sphinx. So this actually gave me an idea.
Okay.
So I think starting next week, we're going to hide clues.
Right.
In every fall, starting next week.
Yeah.
In every episode. Who knows what they'll be for? We don't know. We haven't even come up with that yet. But it'll be fun. They might be in the background over here.
Yeah.
Or whatever background we're using.
Right.
Or they might be down here in our black space. Or over here on our black space.
Yeah.
I was pointing behind him. He's not our black space.
No. I'm really bad about the directions here. So, here.
Yeah.
And then
Who
here.
knows? Who knows?
Or, it might be here. So, and if you're listening on the audio podcast, you really ought to come to Facebook with us. Or YouTube. It's on YouTube as well. And watch some of these so you'll know exactly what we're talking about.
And I will say the glasses are not the first clue. I promise they're not the first clue.
There's no clue tonight, though, right?
I mean, right?
I mean, that we know of.
This is the first clue. Us telling you that there's going to be clues.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Yeah.
So that's how that works.
It might be to a murder mystery dinner. Who knows?
Oh, okay.
Man, right?
So we don't know what the prize is if they figure it out, right?
Well, we haven't even figured out what the riddle will be.
Yeah. So once we do. But you got to help us.
Yeah.
You got to figure it out too. It's a mystery. It's like what we're doing with Westworld.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're trying to figure it out.
Some things, though, I want to point out. You texted me because usually we do these live right after the show.
I was having Jeep issues.
That's right.
Yeah.
But you texted me at the beginning of the show and you said, "I think that the
Tiger Girl." I called her Tiger Girl.
Right, and I was like, "What is he talking?" Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The one we saw in what was it? India World.
I think it's called the Taj.
The Taj.
I think
okay,
that's what it's called.
Yes, and so we that's funny. Yeah. So you texted me and said, I think that she might be William's daughter.
Yeah.
And I was like, good theory, because you told me there were some things that she was doing that really kind of made you think there were some similarities.
At one point, she says she doesn't want to get out, and as soon as she says that, it just rung a bell in my mind.
So then we see later on in the episode, ding, ding, ding.
Yeah,
you got it.
Oh, hi, Dad.
Yeah,
yeah.
And there was also, I have talked about how I felt like what Delos was up to was possibly introducing people to the singularity, which is, the idea is you take your conscious outside of your body somehow, and I guess download it into a computer or whatever.
There's that Johnny Depp movie that explains it really well, Transcendence.
You're right. And there's a documentary about the guy who that movie's based on called Transcendent Man.
Yeah.
And I recommend that one, too, because there's a guy who's working on this. His name is on the tip of my tongue, but he Kurzweil.
I'm going to approach this like Guilfoyle. If is a singularity and or a computer overlord in the future,
you bow down.
Yeah, I support you 100%.
Right.
Yeah, because it's gonna know. It's gonna know if who wanted it and who didn't.
Yeah.
Who supported it.
Could you imagine though if they uploaded our conscience into conscious, right? I'm saying I always get them confused. Conscience is my morals and ethics.
Yeah. Jiminy Cricket on
conscious. Yeah. I don't know why I always mess it up. Conscious. Anyway,
I'm a real boy.
Yeah, but if they uploaded your conscious into a computer network or whatever,
would it be uploaded or would it be a copy? That's the main
exactly.
Thing, but.
And that's what we're seeing played out here with Papa Delos.
Yeah.
Yeah, Papa Delos.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we missed a couple of those.
Yeah, we have missed
them. But that's
them.
okay. It's okay. If we overuse it, people won't like it.
Yeah, that's true, too.
So.
But Papa Delos.
Boom, that's 2.
We find out he wasn't what we thought. I mean, that's exactly what they're doing with the singularity. He was sick. And
it's Get Out.
Yeah.
It's the ultra rich version of Get Out.
And we thought somehow that maybe he was sick and they were going to cure him. No, they were basically, running all these tests and baselines so that they could make a copy of him basically. And so you're right. Is he any more Papa Delos than he is than Bernard is Arnold? You see what I mean?
Yeah, I mean that is a good one. Who knows? I mean, our memories are what make us who we are.
Mm-hmm.
But
our cornerstone.
It's our cornerstone, exactly.
Right.
But is a copy the same as the original? I mean, if you let's say you clone your dog, right, and you have, let's say your dog's still alive,
right,
and now you have 2 of those dogs,
right.
Are they going to be exactly the same? Are they going to have the same?
Yeah, because they'd have different memories. They'd have different experiences, perceptions.
I mean, they'd be genetically identical,
right?
But I don't know.
I mean, you see twins, who are almost copies of each other, but be very, very different in different ways. Yeah. So. Interesting stuff with that. Bernard, we saw him basically. He's I guess he's able to manage where he wants to go with his memories, and goes to a certain spot to recreate all these scenarios so that he has the answers.
Right.
I would not trust Bernard.
No, absolutely not. I mean, while she had that pad out, she should have upped his loyalty.
Yeah,
for sure.
I agree.
There'd be no way I would trust a programmable, controllable robot.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, Bernard, he's scary.
Yeah. I mean, you saw him take on Papa Delos.
Yeah, Papa Delos, and he won.
Yeah, no problem. Hit him in the throat and threw him through a wall, and that's it. So
a lot of cool stuff going on in this episode. William. His his interactions with Papa Delos was awesome.
Oh, yeah.
But also we got to see him and Lawrence and that story play out some more.
Yeah.
And we got to see a different side of, I think, the Man in Black at this point. Me and you talked about this on Tangent World, but I think that he's kind of going good guy.
Well, yeah. I mean, again, like I was saying, every time I play a video game, I play the first playthrough as on the good roll, mainly because it's a safer choice,
right?
That you usually get weaker spells, but you're more of like a well-rounded character,
right? And
you can usually get companions easier,
yeah,
which he did,
right?
So.
I like to be evil.
Oh,
I'm always picking the dark side.
Oh, for sure. Like, did you ever play the game Fable?
No,
it was one of the first games where like your character, like your sprite or whatever it's called,
right,
actually reflected your choices.
Oh, cool.
So if like you were good, you would flowers and shit would like pop up next to you.
Mm-hmm.
But if you were evil, like you would go devil horns, and people would like run screaming from you.
Right.
It was one of the first games where you could totally interact with the world. It was Skyrim light.
Right.
Skyrim was what everything that they promised Fable would be.
Right.
Sorry, that should be on Tangent World.
We got to have content,
right?
William, we see him finally interact with Papa Delos later on, where he's older William. It's the Man in Black, and it can't be too far from the current what we're seeing in current events. But
because he was supposed to degrade and then be destroyed,
right?
But he was there, so.
But it seems like he has a super love-hate relationship with Papa Delos.
I feel like he, admired the empire that he built, and he took. I feel like William's constantly synthesizing things he gets. I mean, we all are. That's that's what life is. But like he's doing it to an extreme,
right?
Because was it the first episode, second episode?
Mm-hmm.
We got him talking to Papa Delos about the empire, and he was using he found out later that he's using quotes and things that Papa Delos used,
right?
And so obviously he's trying to mimic him or emulate him. That's the word I was looking for.
Emulate. It's interesting because we see another person that might be patterning themselves or having been patterned after the Man in Black with Craddock.
Yeah.
And you see William also. He's not maybe not impressed, but he doesn't think what he's doing is right. He looks disgusted with some of the things that he does. And so then it puts William as the good guy.
Well, I mean, Craddock's kind of a one-dimensional character.
Mm-hmm.
The actor plays him great for what he is.
Sure.
He's just a sociopath. And I think you're right, though. I think he is patterned on at least some of what the Man in Black's behavior is.
Yeah.
Because, we saw the dancing.
Right.
And a lot of that whole conversation about death and, more or less the meaningless of everything was a lot like what the Man in Black does.
Right.
And that whole, sit there having drinks with him, that was almost a direct reflection of what he did with Lawrence.
Yeah, exactly. And except this time, maybe it's because he sees it from the outside now, what his behavior looked like.
Yeah.
And now it's like, oh, I'm a dick.
Yeah. And, as far as the Man in Black being a new, a good guy.
Yeah.
Think about this. If you've played a game all the way through and you've mastered it, if nothing challenges you anymore, you can walk through and kill all the villagers,
right?
And kill everybody in the town, and it's not going to bother you because you've already progressed so far in the game,
right?
But if you download some new content, which that's exactly what this is. It's a DLC that Ford put in.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
You're gonna take the cautious route, and you're gonna check every corner for a new treasure chest, and you're gonna take your time and like he says, play it to the bone.
Right.
Because you're gonna that's it. They don't usually keep releasing downloadable content after a game is done.
Right. Real quick, I think we're gonna get to this. Do you have your Gmail pulled up? And for everybody listening and watching, if you've got comments, if you got theories, if you agree with us, if you disagree with us, we want to hear about it.
Yeah.
Jestworld@gmail.com is where you want to send everything. And so we're going to take a quick break to let you know about our sponsor, Cadell and Company.
Yeah.
And when we get back, we're going to read your emails coming up. You don't have to just dream about the home improvement projects you see on TV. You can let Cadell and Company make your dreams a reality in your home. Cadell and Company has a no-pressure showroom in Norman, Oklahoma, with hand-picked materials such as wood floor, tile, carpet, cabinets, and countertops. Call Cadell & Company at 405-928-5026 or visit their Facebook page for pictures from their projects and directions to their showroom. Don't just dream about your home improvement. Let Cadell & Company make it a reality. All right, we are back here on Jestworld. I'm Brad Reed, Chip Goddard here. If you've got emails you want to send us, if you've got theories, all of that, send it to jestworld@gmail.com, and you can be just like Fanboy Tom.
Yep.
Let me see. We got a little music that we should play here.
Oh, I mean, okay, since Tom sends us emails, we need to get him his own music.
Yeah, we do. We do. This will do for now.
Okay.
Little email music.
So, Fanboy Tom says, in the last video I watched, I heard Brad say he couldn't see the appeal of Colonial India World.
Right.
Taj World, I think, as we know it now. I think it's a great idea it's the idea of the Great White Hunter conquering a savage land. It would be appealing to most rich people.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. Big game hunting.
To me, it's more of a vacation than it is a like an adventure like Westworld would be.
Who doesn't want to kill Shere Khan? I mean, that's a good point.
Yeah.
With a knife.
Right.
With an iron tooth or a metal tooth.
Yeah.
Isn't that what they call it?
But again, we don't get to spend a whole lot of time in Taj World or whatever they're going to call it. So, I personally have no idea what the allure would be just yet. Yeah. But I'm sure there would be something. But just personally, for me, if I had my druthers, Jurassic Park World, Westworld, probably a lot of other worlds before.
Yeah.
But again, if you're rich, like Tom says, you're probably going to run out of those things to do, and then you're going to want to go to one of these crazy, like whatever. I haven't been to Taj World. I'll go. No big deal.
And then he says at the end of the episode, they get to Shogun World, and
right.
The writer guy is freaking out. It makes him wonder if Shogun World is more dangerous than Westworld.
It looked like it, and it also looked like they when one of the things Maeve looked like she was about to take a sword to the chest. So.
I would say it looked more populated.
Yeah.
I mean, but again, we're still seeing. We saw all the railroad workers.
Right.
We'd never seen them before. So there's all parts of Westworld we still haven't
seen.
Yeah,
that's true. That's very true.
Says they have the technology to slow down a bullet. But how do you keep a blade from cutting people in half? That's the same question we
Yeah.
Thanks again for producing these podcasts. You guys have me laughing out loud. Oh, thanks, Tom. We appreciate that.
Yeah, UF, Tom.
UF.
We hope that means something nice. We don't know.
We don't even know.
It doesn't sound like anything to us. Speaking of not sounding like anything to you or us, Tangent World.
Yeah.
That's the spinoff.
Yep. We're gonna actually release a poll. We're gonna each come up with 5 movies that we think we should watch.
Right.
And but send us emails, suggestions. We're not going to come up with the list until next episode.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Because here's the thing: if you didn't know what we're doing, is it started off as Jestworld, where we were doing the watch-alongs with the Westworld episodes, but we found out that we would rabbit trail, and we always planned on doing Tangent World in the meantime or after between
seasons.
Yeah. So we decided we're just going to move the watch-alongs to Tangent World, and that way, if we do go off topic, whatever, people know what to expect. And then when we do Jestworld, that's going to be Westworld specific.
Yep.
So after Westworld, we will do movies. We're thinking about like Cabin in the Woods or maybe other TV shows.
We had talked about 2 movies earlier. What were they? Yeah.
Wolf Cop.
Wolf Cop.
No, I don't know, but I guess we could do Wolf Cop.
We could do Wolf Cop. Anything Trauma put out?
Oh yeah. There's the possibility we can do whatever we want.
Yeah.
It's Tangent World.
It's Tangent World. But like I said, send us suggestions. We're gonna come up with a list. Okay, we want the suggestions so we don't have to come up with the list because we're just gonna take them and we're gonna let you guys vote.
Yeah.
But if you don't send us any emails, we're gonna have to come up with the list. And
Well, and the idea is that it's got to be something that you yourself want to sit down, put the movie on, or whatever it is,
and let it spur conversation.
Yeah, and listen to us too. So it's got to be something that you want to see as well. We don't, if we pick it, you might be like, I don't want to watch Lost Boys. Who
doesn't want to watch Lost Boys?
I don't know.
Not people I won't.
Nobody I want to hang out with.
Putting on our podcast.
Yeah, F you. Not even a UF on that one.
Nope.
So, Tangent World, it's available at everywhere that you get Jestworld. Same Spreaker, same YouTube, same
email.
Facebook, same email. Yeah. So, we cover all kinds of stuff. Philosophy, religion, guns of Westworld,
political topics.
Yeah, just whatever.
We had a good time.
Yeah, it's always a good time. So Tangent World, and then of course Jestworld, and we'll be back next week. We endeavor, we always endeavor to do the live show after. If it works out, hopefully,
like
life
I said,
happens,
stuff happens.
Yeah, so we figure most people are probably not like setting their clocks to our podcast just yet, but we hope you are.
I mean, sorry guys.
Yeah,
but
so that's always the plan. Is after every show, go get a drink, go to the bathroom, tune in to the live show on Facebook, and then of course you can get the podcast any old time after that.
Right.
So that sounds like a wrap for me.
You guys have a good night. Oh, and like I said, look for clues.
Yeah, the clues are coming. So we'll have them. The clue here is that there's going to be clues. Yeah. But every episode from here on out, it'll be something. I mean, I don't think we'll hide them too hard. But
who knows?
But you're going to have to do a little work.
The game is on.
It'll be fun. This game is for you. Right on. Yeah. All right. Till then, we'll see you next Sunday.
See you.